Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This series is all about the questions by Love Babbar, and this video explains the finding the maximum and the minimum element in an array. So this concept comes under the topic array, which is the second question. And let's consider the input and output. There is a number of elements under an array which is only of data type integer. We can consider even double. So when it comes to output, the minimum value we have in this array is 1 and the maximum value we have in this array is 98. So that will be our output. So the methods we can use here is function, linear search, and pairing. There are three methods. There are more methods. You can Google it in and find it out. And let's see what comes under function. So there is no direct function for finding the minimum and maximum value, but we can use a method for it. Just consider what if we sort all the elements in an array. So if we sort all the elements, the first element in ascending order or descending order, whatever may be. Well, let's consider in ascending order, so small to big. So the first element will be your smallest element and the last element will be your greatest element. It's that simple. But the problem in this solution is the time complexity will be n log n, which is big when compared to n, as we have solution even in n time complexity. So this is one method, which is function method, and or sorting method, whatever it may be. And when it comes to n time complexity, we are looking for linear search, which is our second method. So when it comes to linear search, as we all know, it is from the first element going to second, third, till the last element. So searching each and every element and finding the minimum and the maximum value. So this is our second method, and third method is called pairing. So pairing also comes under n time complexity, which is equal to the last method. But the question here, they may twist it as find the minimum and maximum element with less comparisons. So here we are comparing each and every element. But in pairing, we can skip one or two element, which is bit negligible, but still it matters in some cases. So let's work on pairing. Let me erase the ink on the slide, and yeah. Here, when it comes to pairing, first we have to consider how many elements are there. Here there are 6 elements. So the first thing we have to consider is whether there is odd number of elements or even number of elements. If there is odd number of elements, we have to consider the first element as the minimum and the maximum value. When it comes to even number of elements, we have to check the first two elements, which is the maximum among first two and which is minimum among first two. Here 53 is, and let's check. See here there are 6 elements which comes under even number of elements, and it goes to the second criteria. And look at this. We have to compare 53 and 3. Which is the maximum element? 53 is obviously 53 is a maximum element. So we are considering this as the maximum value and this as the minimum value. Let me consider mi for minimum and mx for maximum. Cool. And again, we have to use a for loop from the third element, which is 12th element. We have to ensure till the last element. So here two comparisons have been neglected. So that is the plus point for this method. So 12 and 76 we have to compare. In this, which is the maximum and the minimum element? 76 is the maximum element and 12 is the minimum element. So when it comes to maximum element, this we have this we have considered as a temporary maximum element among this. So we have to again check 76 and the previous maximum element, which is 53. When checking this both, we got as 76 and the is the maximum element is greater than the 53. So 76 is the maximum element. So we have to cut this, and now we have to initialize the maximum element as 76. Amazing. So when it comes to minimum element, again we have to check 12 and 3. Which is the minimum element? 12 or 3? Obviously 3. So again, let minimum element be 3 only. Again we have to check 1 and 98. Okay. When we check among these two, 98 is the maximum element and 1 is the temporary minimum element. Again, we are checking 98 and 76, which is the previous maximum element which we have initialized before. So 76 and 98, which is the maximum element? 98 is the maximum element. So this we consider as maximum element, and 1 and which is the previous minimum element? 3. So 1 and 3, if we consider, 1 is the minimum element. So again we initialize 1 as the minimum element. Super, there is no more elements, so we finally say minimum element must be 1 and maximum element will be 98. Amazing. So these are some of the methods that I have invented, and you can go Google it and find so many methods. Thank you so much, and let's work on the coding if you want. Otherwise, you just work by yourself. I'll just give you the coding, and it's your wish to continue this video or work and finally check my answers. I've already coded 3 of the programs, the methods, and let's see one by one so that it would be easier and the time will not consume more. Yeah. First, this is the sorting method which we have seen first, and these are the libraries, and this is the array. So first we have written the sorting function so that it gets sorted in ascending order, and this is to find the length of an array, and here we are just printing the first element and the last element. So the array of 0, where an array starts from 0th index, so array of 0, and array of n minus 1, where n will be 5 here and n minus 1 will be 4. As it starts from 0, the last element will be 4. So array of n minus 1 will be considered. So if we run this code, minimum number is 2 and maximum number is 34. Okay, this is the solution for the linear search method, and let's go through it. And these are the libraries. Again, this is the array, and these are the values where we have initialized for mini variable and maxi variable, where mini is for storing the minimum value and maxi variable is to store the maximum value, where integer has a maximum value of 214748367. This is the maximum value, which is 32-bit. So that if we just type like this, dot like integer dot max value, it automatically this greater number gets stored into this mini variable, and same thing happens to this. Then this is the array length of an array, and this starts the for loop. Here starts a for loop from 0 to n minus 1. So if 2, if array of I here 2 is the first value. So if array of I is greater than maxi, which is minus 2, obviously 2 is greater than minus value, so 2 gets initialized in maxi. And again we have to check in mini array of I, which is 2, is less than mini. Yeah, even that works. So mini gets the value of 2, so both the mini and maxi is now 2. Again we have to check with this. 34 is greater than 2. Yeah, again 34 is greater than 2. So this 2 get replaced by 34. And here 34 is less than 2. No, 34 is not less than 2. 34 is greater than 2. So that this doesn't work. This condition doesn't work. And again 6. When it comes to 6, 6 is greater than 34. No, 6 is not greater than 34. Leave it. 6 is less than 2. 6 is not less than 2. 2 is less than 6. So again leave it. So just like that, you have to check each and every element from an array. This for loop automatically checks each and every element. And finally, we get the mini value and maximum value. Let's run and check once. So here minimum value is 2 and maximum value is 34. Good. Pairing method, as we have already discussed about it, only one mistake I've done is like I've said that this is used to reduce the comparisons. So I've said only two comparisons have been neglected. But here look at the program. Here it is incremented by 2. It is not incremented by 1. So it's almost half of the uh, time gets reduced. So it's just n by 2. The algorithm takes n by 2 time. So again, it's a good algorithm when compared to the linear search. Okay, let's discuss about the algorithm. These are the libraries, and this is the array. Again, this is the length of an array, and we are just initializing it as max is equal to 0. It's just for initialization. So again, we are in this part we are checking whether it's even or odd. If the length of the array is even, we are considering, we are comparing the first two digit and initializing the maximum value in maxi and minimum value in mini, and I must be equal to 2, not 1, because the length of an array is even. And again, as this is odd, the first element of an array is considered as maxi and mini, and again I is equal to 2. I is equal to 1. So the iteration starts from 1, from 34, whereas in even digit the iteration starts from 6. And now the for loop starts. We are iterating from, as this is odd digit array, the iteration starts from first element, which is 34, first index, sorry. And again we are comparing the first index value and the second index value, which is 34 and 6, and finding the minimum value and the maximum value. And then we are finding, again we are comparing with the temporary minimum and maximum value which we got it over here. And after getting that, again we are solving the next pair and finding the answer. So let's work it, and let's say minimum value is 4 and maximum value is 34. Amazing. So this is These are the three algorithms of our problem. Hope you liked it. Thank you so much. We'll meet you in the next question. Until then, bye bye.